Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. It's going to be a very special episode for today, because today we're going to try to do, or we're going to get started on doing the Meiji Restoration. I think we might not have a Meiji Restoration. I think we might have a Heisei Restoration would be the era after the Meiji era, but I'm not sure. I think it's going to depend. I think we might be able to clinch it. So if we get started on that today, so this takes 10 years. We'll get there by the end of the 1900s, and I think that'll still leave us in the time of Meiji's rule. So, what we need to do is, since we are not going to defeat the Shogunate in a revolution, we need to have all of the conditions below be true. 1, the Shogunate can't be powerful. 2, they can't be part of the government. They can't be insurrectionary. The country has to be at peace, and the country needs to own all of Kanto, this province here. So right now, all of these is true, except that the Shogunate are part of the government. So it's going to be a little bit of a difficult time, but we're going to boot the Shogunate out. And then we're just going to chill. So this is going to give us some ticking radicalism, and it is going to make the Shogunate a little salty due to the overall low legitimacy of the government. But, yeah, we're going to see. In the meantime, I think we're going to do a little tax drop. It's going to cost us quite a bit of cash, but it's going to make life easier. Oh, interesting. There was a political movement to enact laissez-faire just a minute ago. Oh, and unfortunately the Shogunate have joined the political movement to preserve agrarianism, and that's going to slow down the shift over to interventionism. But that's okay. I've still got north of 50% combined chance of success in advance, so I'm still pretty confident about that. Tidor is improving relations. Excellent. Love that for me. You are a puppet of the Dutch East Indies, so that should be fine. Oh boy, we got an agitator. You are Taruhito Oku. You're a jingoist. And you're agitating on behalf of the petite bourgeoisie, which is an interesting situation. If I bring you into the government, no, that's not going to work at all. All right, well, we'll have to bear that in mind. So as you can see here, the honorable restoration is ticking. I'm just going to go ahead and read this description here. The Shogunate has ruled over an isolated and stagnant Japan for centuries. If we wish to have a place in the rapidly modernizing world, we must restore power to the rightful emperor. So yeah, we need to take 10 years, and we need to not have the Shogunate be too pissed. Currently, they are upset about the change over to per capita taxation, but that's getting better. So I'm hoping we can clinch this. If we lowered taxes again, we could get up to 45, but we wouldn't get up to 50 in terms of legitimacy. So we'll still have these ticking radicals in this situation, but I'm hoping that through clever management, we'll be able to do what we need to do. So what are we currently spending authority on? I can live without... Nope. Denmark. Why is Denmark all blue? We're a puppet of France. Interesting. I don't know how we got over to Greenland, but we did. So I'm going to go ahead and remove... Well, but this is actually really helping us with this now, finally, now that we're actually colonizing Hokkaido. So maybe I won't turn that off. I'm going to cut our consumption tax on fruit, and I'm going to bolster the industrialists. And then I'm going to also cut one other consumption tax. I'm going to cut the consumption tax on tobacco, and that's going to cost us significantly, but I'm going to suppress the Shogunate, and I hope that that's going to create a big old boost in support of the industrialists. And the lower taxes will mean a slightly higher standard of living, which will mean not a lot of ticking radicals. So as you can see here, that's giving us a push for a professional army. This isn't currently doing much in terms of radicalization, because this is only about 25k radicals a year. I'm not really worried about that. So I think we can leave that. This might be useful for us in good time. If we get ourselves into a situation... Traditionally, leveraging the samurai is how a reform-oriented player is going to break the power of the shogunate by making the army stronger. Because the army does support quite a few things that are... that the shogunate would not. In particular, things like, particularly this early reform moving from peasant levy to professional army. But we didn't end up doing that. So, but that's part of the traditional path for Japan. So, anyway, this is going to be on the docket for a bit because I think we're looking at about 3 or 4 episodes for that. So yeah, so we'll continue working on what we were working on before, which includes trying to get Burma. We've got Burma in our customs union now. So where are we with... Yeah, I think this is going to be potentially an insurmountable gap at this point. If we're not able to get some kind of special benefit here. So let's look at Maguinandao. I'm like hovering my mouse over the state and like, Minandao? Am I crazy? Has it been Minandao this whole time? No, it's Maguinandao. We are currently bankrolling them. We could get them into our customs union with an obligation. Don't necessarily want to do that right now. If they ever go to a different strategy than defend the borders, the tributary business is going to be a lot easier. So I think I'm going to pull the trigger on the obligation for now and hope that our bankrolling them will slowly generate the amount of cash that enough cash that we can use that. Very good. So they're in our customs union now. So that means the Japanese market consists of a pretty good spread of countries in Southeast Asia here. And I'm pretty pleased about that. Wow. Hardwood is really expensive. We need to bring... We're exporting a lot of hardwood, right? Where are we exporting hardwood to? The British market and the Balinese market. That's right. Where is Bali? That's like down here, isn't it? Yeah. Hey, you. We could probably get them in our customs union, no problem. There's the trade agreement. Let's do a defensive pact. And could we get them as a tributary? Not yet, at least. But it's definitely something we could make happen over time. Cool. And then, hey. Join my customs union. Again, our exposure with these small countries is pretty small. Brilliant. And, over time, I think we'll definitely have the capacity to... Yeah, I can afford to bankroll them. Over time, getting them into the customs union will definitely... getting them as protectorates will definitely be easier. Italy is... Oh. Dainam wants a trade agreement. Heck yes. Wait, are you in your own market now? Yo. Actually, no, I'm going to wait on that. Our relations are very good. We have a defensive pact and a trade agreement. I might... Well, Dainam hasn't been very fighty so far. Hey, there's realism. Wonderful. So that's going to unlock the realist art production method. So where are we with fine art right now? We're producing 43 fine art, and 72 of it is being consumed in the country. So, I'm going to go ahead and activate realist art. This is going to increase... I don't know why I'm in rural trying to do this. the output of our fine art academies by 15 total fine art. I'm also going to change the production methods over to bourgeois. That's going to reduce the number of aristocrats in charge in the arts academies and increase the number of industrialists. And that is going to be very good because more industrialists versus aristocrats means the industrialists are going to be more powerful. As you can see, we're already up to 42. Why are we not playing a song? Excellent. We're at consideration already for interventionism. That is very good. That's really going to help us grow our economy. We do have some labor available in Hokkaido. Do we have full employment in the gold mines? We do not. Not enough qualifications. Okay. We have almost 5K available labor, so I think we can afford to go ahead and build us up a university here. So I'm going to queue that up to the top, and that will take care of the qualifications issue over time. There is a revolution happening in Scandinavia, bourgeois revolt. Netherlands, what do you think you're going to be doing? Wow, Scandinavian bourgeois revolt is pretty large. Golly, an enlightened despotate. What on earth? This is a government type ruled by a philosopher king or philosopher queen, the most powerful figure amongst a class of enlightened scholar aristocracy. A technocratic monarchy. That's wild. That's a wild time. And USA sides with the traditional government. Who are you? Hakon von Klucksberg. You align with the rural folk, which is a very interesting interest group to align with when you're a technocracy. But hey. Oh, I lost a bunch of influence because I didn't because I was rivaling them. I think that's what's going on. Okay, so hold up. So Russia is aligned with the rebels, and America is aligned with the establishment. That's interesting. Do I need to take a side in this? I don't think so. Austria sides with the rebels as well. I haven't seen much of you, Austria, I have to say. Alright, so I'm maxed out on relations with Burma now. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Unless we're able to really, really increase our power projection. Which is okay. Maguinandao. They're still pursuing a strategy to defend the borders. And same with Bali? Yeah. But our power projection is a lot higher. I wonder what the maximum of this is, because I think it might only be 25. And King of France aligns with the rebels. This is going to be a huge war, friends. Italy, is Italy also in the mix here? No, they're across from France about something unrelated. Huh. Wild. And Great Britain aligns with Scandinavia. Gosh. Everybody's getting involved. I might be able to completely, oh boy, Prussia's in it too. We're about to have a World War I in 1889. This is bananas. Okay, so what do we got here? We got, on the side of the rebels, the Scandinavian, it was the bourgeois revolt a little while ago, but now it's the aristocratic revolt, I guess. Same guy? Same guy. Interesting. So, on the side of the rebels, we have Russia, Austria, and Prussia. And on the side of the establishment of Scandinavia, which is just to be clear, a wealth-voting monarchy, we have America, France, and Great Britain. Whew, yeah, that's a proper World War I if I ever seen one. What are the stakes here? It's just a rebellion. It's just a who gets to rule Scandinavia thing. Interesting. So this means Scandinavia is potentially going to shift. I guess these countries were generally friendly with Scandinavia, and the others were not. Oh, Prussia bailed. Oh my goodness. Prussia's having a communist rebellion. That is wild. An autocratic council republic compared to the autocratic... Wow. Prussia is an autocratic monarchy in this run. That is wild, friends. I don't think I've ever seen them manage to hold on to that traditionalist government. But I guess things in Germany have been interesting. I think they might have shaken up the process for German unification quite a bit in the most recent patch, because things have gone pretty different here. And obviously we're not involved in this situation whatsoever. Anyway, hopefully that will mean the European powers being fully occupied in a big old war for a while now. Political movement disbanded. Oh, because our agitator passed on. Well, bully for him, I guess. So, what else does our market need? We still are not doing super great on sugar, but part of that's just because we're trading away so much of it. I am a free trade country and can't regulate that with tariffs. We're still having an absolute bonanza of fine art. And we're maxed out on wood production. I'm hoping that a certain number of these countries have wood sources that they'd be willing to exploit more fully to provide us with the wood that we need in order to function. So what do we want to build now? We've got luxury clothes, and clothes are still a little bit expensive, and those buildings are pretty profitable still. So I think we'll do a round of textile mills. So what's a good place for that? Where do we have unemployment, first of all? We're almost out of unemployment in Kansai. Oh boy. We lost another one of our... We lost our rival. Okay, this is a problem. I need to find someone new to rival. Persia. Sorry, Persia. Let's declare an interest and see if we can get our rivalry option back. So we'll do Ethiopia. And we'll declare one in the Balkans. Everyone's diplomatically interested in the Balkans. And that'll help us restore our situation. Right, I was building up textile mills. I think we'll round up the ones in Chubu. We've got a bunch of labor available in Chubu. I'm going to need some more railways getting going, so I'll go ahead and build those as long as I'm thinking about it. Actually, I think we're okay in most places. Could maybe use more in Hokkaido. Persia's rivaling us back. Very good. So, gold mine is getting more employed. So how... Okay, so this is producing 32.8... 101 gold. So it's producing 4,357 minting. And I think that just means... Yeah, 4,357 gold from the mines in Hokkaido. So yeah, and we can actually expand this industry massively now that we actually hold all of Hokkaido. What else have we... There's basically no other buildings in Hokkaido that we could automate. I still don't want to reduce the barracks. Maybe building a university was a bad idea. But we've got plenty of peasants available here. So that should be fine. So this is causing us a little bit of a prestige loss, but we should be able to get over that once we've got new rival options. And we can go back to rivaling Egypt, a country that I think we can all agree nobody's going to actually be mad if we have a rival with. Wow, France still has not gotten a hold of Mascara. Mascara? Is that how that country's name is pronounced? I'm not sure. Suppose we'll find out. I mean, I say I suppose we'll find out as though that'll be something I'll find out. I am having a shortage of taxation capacity in... That was Chigoku, right? Yes, Chigoku. So let's go ahead and queue in one more government admin there. And that should be fine. Again, I'm not really worried about this. My gold reserves are pretty full. I'm over my reserve limit right now, so I'm not even really worried about spending the money. I'm just going to go ahead and click independent artists here for a second to get that changed over before I go back so that I can clear that little notification. Still not necessarily interested in automating any of these industries, basically until they're more profitable when automated. Chemical plants are completely goofed on profitability, and it's because we're dramatically overproducing fertilizer. So let's go ahead and see who we can export that to. The Russian and French markets will both buy a lot of our fertilizer. We'll go ahead and do that. That'll help those remain profitable. Happily, the price of explosives is doing pretty well, so I'm not too worried about that. We are still struggling to find glass sources, so let's go ahead and export glass to the Russian market. Did Russia get... Yeah, they got China in their market. Oh, that's probably goofed up a lot of my trade routes here. Okay, I think they might have... No, they were... because they weren't transferred over to the Russian market. That's why. So we'll have to go ahead and fix that up. Progress to adoption. We've had very good luck over here. Egypt, get rivaled. So, what else does the Russian market require? You're very short on ironclads, but I cannot do anything about that. You're short on ammunition, short on coal, short on dyes. I can make some money exporting dyes to you. You want a trade agreement? I agree. Egypt is rivaling me again. You are short on fertilizer, so I'm helping out with that. Next off from Austria. Short on paper. I could export paper. Wow, Russian market short on wood. That's impressive. Russian market's kind of Robert Borked over here. Anything cheap. You got cheap silk. Too bad I don't really need any of that. Cheap clippers. Wow, there's no lead in the Russian market. Russian market, you're working with infantry that shoot guns, right? They're working with skirmish infantry. They must be importing their ammunition. That's bananas. Man, I don't know how Russia does it. I wouldn't want to be doing that. I'm really glad this has actually gone super duper smoothly. I don't want to jinx it. Probably knock on wood. Just make sure that that doesn't happen. Is there anywhere else we can bring hardwood in from? I guess from the Scandinavian aristocratic revolt market. Yeah, we'll take advantage of that cheap hardwood for now. Let's see, we could definitely build more glassworks. Let's go ahead and get exporting glass. We can export glass to Spain. And we can continue to build up our native glassworks. We got a bunch building in Kanto, and I think that's probably a good place. Let's get... Yeah, the government can build some there. And we need to increase infrastructure in Kyushu. Excellent. We've completed the colonization of Hokkaido. So that means we've got some unemployment, incredibly. We have unused arable land, which means we got subsistence rice paddies. So that should turn into peasants. Yes, it does. Again, I'm still not quite sure how we get these gold mines to employ more, because I don't know what to do with that. So what's our overview here? Hokkaido is incorporated. Population's going up. Population is mostly Ainu, and these are mostly discriminated because we are at national supremacy. I don't know what to do about that. Postal savings. Yasuyoshi Ueda. He's an intelligentsia agitator working to pass protectionism, and frankly, I'm kind of in favor of that. We'll see how things go once we're done with interventionism, and see if that'll be useful. Protectionism is, in my feeling, well, I suppose it would allow us to regulate the export of our hardwood, which would be very useful, because we have... This is our export trade route, though. It's producing quite a bit of cash, though. I don't necessarily want... Well, if I got rid of both these trade routes, I might just bring in hardwood from Scandinavian bourgeois revolt and sending it to Britain. Great Britain aren't their enemies, right? It would be really funny if they were their enemies. Oh my gosh, they are. That's really funny. Oh, that's incredible. Oh my god. Amazing. I'm so pleased. So we've been going for a little bit with us making the industrialists stronger and the shogunate weaker, and right now we are actually on the verge of being able to reduce taxes again and increase the legitimacy of the government up to above 50, and that would be excellent if we could go ahead and do that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So what else does our market need? We can still use... Oh, actually, I need to start a new export route for liquor, because we need to be selling our liquor abroad. Because that'll help us to continue to build up our food industries, which do need to be increased. I'm going to put those in Chubu. I think... What industry do we have in Kansai? I want to make sure that we're continuing to increase industry here, because we're starting to get unemployment coming up again. So what do we got? Oh, this is where we got our arts academies. Yeah, we can always build up our arts academies. They're hugely productive. And probably our steel mills. Yeah, we'll build up steel mills. We're doing pretty okay for steel, but we can always do better. Steel's in high demand. Actually, art has significantly fallen in price, so let's see if we can find markets abroad. We cannot. So let me think carefully about this, actually, because these buildings are not super duper profitable. Maybe we'll just build 2 levels of arts academies. Or some golly is improving relations. That's fun. Hey, you. You're at mercantilism. You and I could be friends. Sure would like to have you as a tributary. But they're defending the borders. Anyone else over here that's not primarily trying to defend the borders? Walega. It would be so much infamy. I would love to conquer Walega, though. What about Mahra? Oh, we don't have diplomatic ties. So here's the centers break ranks. This is a stall event. To outside observers, the industrialists may appear firmly committed to the idea of interventionism, but behind this facade of unity, discord has long festered. Now, a clique of dissenters have finally had enough and have officially broken with their fellow members over the issue of the reform. For how long have we stood together? How many times have we lent a willing hand your way? Yet our own concerns are left unanswered and our desires left unmet. If we shall not be heard here, we shall be so elsewhere. I can say splitters, may the devil take them. This drops enactment chance significantly. I can throw some cash at them. It's not a good time to be throwing cash at political parties. Particularly 13k a month is quite a bit. Offer them custodianship over a new draft. I'm at a good amount of... Well, this would still reduce success chance by 10%. I'm at 32% right now. But the chance of stall is only 26%. Got a pretty high advance chance. I'm gonna do the second one. I'm gonna spend the cash because I can live with that for now. It's gonna be rough when if I drop taxes again. Although reducing the strength of the industrialists has reduced the strength of the industrialists, making us farther away from where I want to be in terms of my government. Vacuum canning. Oh, this is wonderful. So now we can produce even more groceries at the cost of additional fish. And we can for sure build more fishing wharves. Let's max out the ones in Kansai. And we'll go ahead and we'll max out the ones in Kanto. And what the heck, we'll max out the ones in Kyushu as well. And to make sure that goes well, we'll go ahead and build one level of railway in Kanto, and then I think 2 in Kyushu. We'll just tick those up to the top to make sure that they are well built before we do these fishing wharves, because fishing wharves are a rural building. They're going to be built pretty fast. That's going to significantly drop the price of groceries, which is going to be very good because our people like groceries. And a result, by the way, of us doing all this is that standard of living has gone up significantly. Average standard of living to 11.3. Not super high, but higher than it's been before. Part of that is due to my drop in taxes, which I mostly did to ensure that the government was legitimate without the shogunate in power. But, you know, still good for the people, still good for loyalism. Anyway, that's all we've got time for this episode. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I'll see you all on the other side.